What's up, H-Fam, and thank you so much for tuning in today. This is the Connect Corner, where the plants are fake, but the people are not. Listen, we have been in an amazing series here at HD called Fresh Start, because God will not change your past. Jesus will not change your past, but he will give you a fresh start for a better future. And I'm excited because I have one of my brothers here today who is definitely a part of this fresh start here at HD, and it's definitely some fresh start things happening in his life. So I just thought it was fitting for y'all to get to know him. He is now on staff as our marketing and communications director. I'd like to introduce you to Trace Garner. Or can I give him your full name? Actually, you tell them.
Oh no.
What's going on, bro?
What's up, man? Thanks for this is fun. This is great. This side of the camera feels very different, and I love it. Here we go. Yeah, the name thing. Here we go. So my legal name is Jerry Don Garner
Jerry
the third.
Don Garner
The third. Yeah, and because I'm the third, is I go by Trace. So like uno, dos, tres, go by Trace. My dad goes by our initials, JD, and my grandfather is the OG Jerry.
Bro, that's crazy. That's what's up. I don't think I found out about that until like a year after we met.
Yeah. My parents, all my friends, everyone calls me Trace, so it's it's pretty low key.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Now y'all know. Jerry, Trace, whichever one floats your boat.
Right.
But bro, thank you for doing this, man. I just wanted the people to get to know more about you. So like, let's just start at the beginning. Where are you from? What you like to do? How did we get here?
Sure. Yeah. Well, where do I start now? That's like every single piece of it, right?
Yeah.
So, so I grew up here in Houston, and I like to say that I am like stupid in love with Houston.
You are.
They can do no wrong. The Rockets can do no wrong.
I don't know.
The Astros can do no wrong.
Perspective, but yeah.
So I have like a deep love for Houston. Started in Pasadena, Deer Park area.
Got you.
Early on moved to Pearland, where my parents, we grew up in Pearland. That was like back in 1995, so way back before it was the Pearland. Now before we had the 8 lanes on 288 to get there and back, and it was a small little town full of fields, and grew up there. I got a little sister, and went to high school in Pearland, and then went to college in Sam Houston State University.
Gotcha.
I don't even know what their little tagline or anything is.
I just know the statue.
That shows you, exactly, the statue on the way there. Yeah. That shows you how involved with really college, how hyped I was for college, not really. And graduated with a degree in graphic design.
Yeah.
And then I stayed another year and got a degree in painting.
He's actually very dope, very good at painting. I have something in my office. We're gonna have to post it so that everybody can see. And that's Trace Makes, right?
That's Trace, Trace Makes, exactly.
Trace Makes. But bro, great, you're definitely a diehard Houstonian. Yes. Never met no one like that. I remember, I think it was the last time Golden State won the championship. We watched the game where they was playing against the Rockets. I had never seen this person in my life.
It was so painful.
It was tough. It was tough, but you are definitely true to that. And that's actually one of the things I kind of love about you. Just not so much the Houston part and that you love these sports teams who need Jesus themselves, but you truly care for your people. Home means a lot to you. Your family means a huge thing to you. That's something you didn't mention. You are married. You have a family.
Yeah. See, when you start from the beginning, you just kind of go quick. Oh, actually, I stopped at college. So in college, as I was finishing up my senior year, I started dating a woman named Lauren, who is now my wife, and we've been married 5 years this year, and we have a little girl. Her name's Violet, and she's 1 year old now. And
she's adorable. I thought you were gonna say something about the lights being a hue purple. Like we did that just for you. But
Listen,
you didn't.
that's really sweet. That's really kind of you. Yeah, it's funny. Her name being Violet, it's whenever we were picking the name, it was like one of those things where we were like, hey, this is not a lot of people have the name Violet, but it's not so out there that people are gonna be like, you named her what?
Right.
But since naming her Violet, I feel like you see purple everywhere now.
Everywhere.
New iPhone just came out.
Purple.
That's what I'm saying. So I feel like it's everywhere now. But no, yeah, family is huge. And I think that was something that was I really kind of took for granted growing up. I have an incredible family. My parents actually got married really young. They were still teenagers when they got married. And they've been together now for over 30 years.
Wow.
And so they're young parents, been together 30 years, stuck it through. And then my grandparents on both sides actually still live in the state. So we all live really close. And growing up, it was like not even, it wasn't even like, it was pretty commonplace for all the grandparents to come over on a random evening for dinner. And of course, birthdays and all that stuff were flooded with family. My dad like got T-shirts printed with my face on it for my birthday. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone was just, it was really close knit. And so I think that's something that I've always held really close to my heart, was like, I want to make sure that my life really represents that, and I put family first. And to be honest, it's kind of, sometimes it's tough, but it's cool because my wife, Lauren, is an incredibly, just an incredible woman, but she's inherently like that. She's always thinking of family, and so she's like really great at reminding me of like why I do the things I do, and really keep those things forward and focused.
Man, that is beautiful. You know, family was the first institution God even created. The whole reason He created us is so that we could be a part of His family.
Yeah.
And from the moment we started, you know, building our relationship and connected, it didn't feel heavy partnership or a business transaction. It felt like, oh, this cousin, this the family. Then of course me and Lauren, it just continued to grow. And like right now, you don't know this, but y'all's picture is on our refrigerator because y'all truly have become a family to us. So let's jump in with that. So you're a designer, meet your wife.
Yeah.
You're, I would assume, either designing or painting.
Yes.
After college, and then you ended up at New Group and Yellow Box.
Right.
Which is, you want to explain?
Sure. Yeah. So out of college, I started actually working at a software development company, doing some marketing and that type of thing, and then got offered a position at an agency, a traditional like marketing and creative agency called New Group. It was an absolute blessing because in college is where I kind of considered myself being saved, like get really accepting Jesus. And so leaving college. It
wasn't college for me.
Huh?
It wasn't college.
Yeah, you took a little bit, but that's okay. We all came around to it. I'm just kidding. I know. But I feel like really fortunate because exiting right out of college into the workplace, I actually had some friends go into the mission field. I was always kind of like, man, what is work going to look like? I just left like an incredible community of believers, and anyway, got an offer at an agency called New Group, and several of the leadership there served and attended church around the Houston area, and so they're worship leaders or keyboard or tech or playing the bass, whatever it be. Usually it was in the creative field because they were also owners of the agency. And so New Group was a really special place just because I felt like I got some really good mentoring, some really good practice, and had leaders that loved the Lord and were running a business. And then at the same time of serving a church, there was Yellow Box kind of got birthed, which was a sister agency to to New Group that served the local church. And over a few years, that transition made a lot of sense to me, and I transitioned into working full time with Yellow Box. So like I just mentioned, Yellow Box being a creative agency specifically for churches and
nonprofits
with like-minded kind of ability. Like it wasn't really any form of a nonprofit, but things like Young Life, which is still
Right.
very heavily faith-based,
Exactly.
or the LA Dream Center, like still very faith-based. That was kind of the mission, and so I led that team at Yellow Box as a creative director, helping build branding campaigns, branding packages, helping with different conferences across the United States and that kind of thing. So that was quickly kind of outlined as that was kind of quickly outlined, although that was over about a 4-year period.
Right.
That transition. Also running a small nonprofit of my own. Started a nonprofit called Good Measure, which is where we organize creatives to help do projects for good. And it isn't necessarily locked into church or nonprofit, but really organizations in the United States that need the funding.
Right.
We can help rally creatives around them to help execute on their goals. So I kind of have had this really, really wonderful start to kind of my career. I guess I'm 6 years in now, but I feel like I'm just starting, right? I feel like I've had this start of my career focused around rallying creatives to do good. And that's kind of like that's kind of what I've tried to steer and be into. And now here I am getting able to partner with an incredible ministry, incredible family, incredible people at Higher Dimension Church to do not just that, but really help spread the gospel and see lives be changed eternally, which is a whole new weight and also an incredible, like super exciting.
Like designing a graphic and be like, man, I really hope someone understands this message.
Yeah.
Like it just impacts their life, or the person who needs to see this post or this email sees it and reads it. How was it just that initial on-ramp or introduction of HD? We walk into the office, we start getting things going. You're like, who are these people?
Right.
What what was that like for you?
Right. So meeting.
I had no idea what to expect.
Right. Yeah. Meeting HD for the very first time 3.5 years ago.
Something like
that. It was exciting because the connection was through Yellow Box, and it was really exciting because what I saw was a church in Houston. Already got my heart. Church, Houston. Okay, I get it. A church in Houston that saw the importance of marketing and of creativity and what it meant to really seek out excellence in that field and within the church. And so that's already exciting because you're like, okay, the eagerness to learn, or the eagerness to appreciate and try to actually understand the value of those things, that doesn't come naturally. You don't see a mechanic working on a car and you're like, tell me everything you're doing, I want to learn about it. That doesn't come naturally. And so for someone for HD to walk in and be like, I want to know what's going on, I want to understand this, I believe in these type of things, and we want to see changes made in our ministry. I saw that, which is not something you really see, but something you kind of start to experience. And what I saw was an incredibly joyful group of people. I'm specific on that because it was the whole team. The whole team walked into the office, and so that was particularly really exciting because I saw that we were all in this together.
For sure.
It was youth, it was lead pastors, it was pastor's son, it was
Burr was up in there.
Exactly,
Peace. So it was good, man. And it was such a vital time in the ministry. Just we were at a season of truly, I feel like we're truly now
entering into
what started back then.
Yeah.
And just you've been able to kind of, from a bird's eye view, look into that.
That's what kind of really softened my heart and my wife's heart into making this our church home and starting to really attend HD. That was kind of the beginning of that as well.
Nah, bro, it's been such a joy, and of course just seeing y'all's heart for creativity in the church, feeling that why we got to look to Hollywood for the best. Why do they have to have the best graphics, the best videos? Like if we are supposed to represent the creator, Shouldn't
We have the
be
direct. We got the direct line.
direct line to
Yeah.
the creator? We should set the standard. We should set the bar. We should be higher.
Yeah.
You know? No pun intended, but I think just seeing that y'all understood that and the level of excellence we were after, it was an immediate connection, man. So, yeah.
Yeah, and also to that, like I think what's really what I see Higher Dimension in a spot to really change Houston and beyond because of that ambition to see like, okay, we want to do things differently, and we want to really see hearts changed, and we want to influence and affect culture in a positive way, and that happens not through chasing culture because then you're always behind them, but really like owning what the Lord's put before you and owning that voice and developing that voice and listening to the Lord. All of those things are what kind of lead this ambition to excellence and specifically in the creative field.
For sure, man. Well, I'm excited for everything that's happening with
Yeah.
marketing communications here at the church. I'm excited for this fresh start, not just in our lives, but in your lives as
Lots
a
of-
husband, new father like myself.
Lots of fresh starts this season,
bro,
this past year has been,
Like, who would have thought? Like, look at us.
not me.
I had to. But man, love you. For anyone, if you feel called or you have a creative bone in you and you're looking to help us spread the gospel, spread the message of HD,
Yeah.
this is your guy,
Yeah.
Trace. And is there anything you would just like to share to the people just on the importance of creativity and engaging with us, whether that's social media or emails?
Yeah.
Just why should they tune in?
Yeah, I think I actually think something to what you just mentioned. If you have a creative bone in your body, I would say that you do, and I would say that if you're feeling some form of like pull right now, or if you have like, well, I'm interested in it, I think that's a huge start. And so I would encourage you to reach out. That can be through any way that you feel comfortable doing. That can be in Higher Dimensions DMs. That could be in the chat. That could be in the comments on our YouTube video. That could be seeing me run around here with a camera or a headset or something, and stopping me. But I'd love to meet you and kind of hear your story, tell you more about mine, and get you plugged in, because that's really what it is building a community of talented and like-minded people.
There it is.
Yeah.
Well, y'all, service is starting. You are getting ready for Fresh Start Part 4. Go ahead and share this to somebody right now, because everyone needs to know that Jesus will not change our past, but he will give you a fresh start for a better future. Hope you enjoy service.